What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you with, as promised, Paulo Vitor Damo da Rosas Esper Midrange deck. And they're not doing as well as I thought they would at the tournament. Overall, these Esper Midrange decks, Jeskai Storm deck is really kind of the breakout deck of the event. At the moment, it's putting up the best numbers, in my opinion, and there's definitely a couple of cool outliers, namely Shota Yasuoka, I think, one of the Japanese guys who's now firmly in the top 10, I believe. The event just switched over to the historic part of the day, and that's usually when I tune out and get in front of the camera. But you know, if I hadn't already promised to bring this deck today, I would probably pick something else, because it's a little bit obvious, this Esper Midrange deck. Like, the picks differ very little between each, list. But I did look over a good, 5 or 6 different ones from some of the different teams, the playtesting teams, and I really like the choices that Paulo Vitor made. There's definitely some interesting ones which I'd like to talk over during tonight's gameplay footage. But as far as tomorrow is concerned, I'm going to pick something a little bit spicier and a little bit something more unique, and that's maybe like a 1 or a 2 of at the entire tournament, but that is still doing really, really well. And those are the types of decks that I kind of wanted to bring for this little mini series that I'm doing during the set championship. But again, like I said, I did promise that I would bring Paulo Vitor's deck today, and it is clearly one of the best decks at the format, so why not? So without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. PVDDR's brew. Imagine having a name that long. Every time you got to fill in like a thing at the airport or something. Paulo Vitor. So, Esper Midrange, Esper Control. Don't know really what you want to call it. Probably Midrange is the way to go about calling this. It's got the same cards usually around, across the board. The things that are interesting about Paulo Vitor's version is that there's different numbers. He's put in more priority on certain things and less on others, and there's some interesting stuff here in the sideboard as well. Yeah, I'm not going to do the usual and dive into it and explain to you, why it is that the card was picked, because I can't get into his brain, but I can make some educated guesses. The things that I did want to mention, which I thought were interesting, were the only one of Kaito Shizuki. A lot of these lists run more of them and less wedding announcements and other things. Also, only one, so yeah, it's like one of each of these two, and then 2 Lolths, where some people go for 1 Lolth, 2 Sorins, 2 Kaitos, and cut some of the other stuff. So interesting sort of spread of planeswalkers in the deck. Clearly leaning heavily on the Wandering Emperor. It's, probably alongside Fable of the Mirror Breaker, one of the best cards in the format from Kamigawa and Neon Dynasty. And then just a 1 of Emeria's Call here, that's doubling as a land. The total lands is 26. If you include the Emeria's Call, that's 27, so should not be a problem with making land drops. I have not played very much Connive at all, neither on or off camera, so this is going to be interesting for me, and I hope for you guys as well. As far as the sideboard is concerned, we've got a lot of good stuff against the mirror. These Disdainful Strokes deal with all of the Wandering Emperors and pretty much all the Planeswalkers that are important to get rid of. Disdainful Stroke will be bringing that in against those matches. Negate as well, of course. Archon of Emeria is in here for the Naya Runes matchup. Ray of Enfeeblement against, probably again the mirror, because Raffine is a white creature, although it's a gold creature, it does have white, so it will get the -4/-4 for just the 1 mana, and you just need an additional 1 for the ward. So I can see why there's 3 Ray of Enfeeblements here on the side, an additional negate. So I mean, really leaning heavily. This is probably for the Jeskai kind of decks and other type of control matchups, you got lots of counter magic. Spell Pierce, just 3 Disdainful Strokes, 2 Negates. There's quite a bit of options there. And then just a full-on 2 more Meathook Massacres against the creature decks. And then some Bankbusters for some additional card draw, as if, you know, Kaito, Lolth, Sorin, and the Connive mechanic itself were not enough. So that's the deck. Let's jump into some best of 3 games. I'm going in blind like yesterday. I have not play tested the thing at all. This is my very, very first match with it. And, hello? Okay, I recopied the deck. Best of 3. Boom! Let's jump into some games. At this point, I feel like I've played the deck a lot because I've played against it so much and I've watched it being played so much at this event that I think I have a pretty good idea of how to play it and like what it is. You know, the thing with Connive is deciding what it is that you're discarding, basically. It's really important to discard the right stuff. Reading the game ahead, even just... Ooh. Okay, up against number 46. I'm at 89%. Ah! Imagine we beat this guy. Woohoo, that would feel sweet as. Terrible opening hand. Absolutely terrible opening hand. Mulligan. Hui. I guess there's not that many people playing best of 3 that we're getting paired up against number 46 at 89% mythic. That is the last card I was expecting. Nice. Cool when people play funky stuff, especially in these upper numbers. I don't think I've ever seen that on the battlefield. I know what it does though. Eventually you can stop putting these bard counters on. So what is this, like Naya runes or something? Naya tokens? What is he going to do with this? Eventually you can use it to tutor up things. That's what I thought. Wow, that's interesting. Did not make our land drop, unfortunately. That's terrible, missing your lands like that. Ugh. It's not looking very good at all. That's a straight up scoop-de-doo. Brick out of note. Okay, so. Lots of artifacts. Lots of mono-colored cards as well. So, Vanishing Verse, good. Trim an announcement. One Grasp. One Emperor. We're going to go 2 Negates. 1 more Massacre. Can't see myself cutting any of these Planeswalkers any further. They're really kind of crucial to the deck's operation. There's no other one, like I wouldn't bring in the Ray of Enfeeblements against green, and I mean, there's probably some white creatures here, but it's looking like majority sort of green stuff. Well, let's just hope to actually get some lands this time around. Terrible, terrible, terrible stuff. I get the feeling he's brought in some Skyclave Apparitions, that kind of thing. Double black for the Lolth. Maximum damage. It's slow there, my friend. Luminarch Aspirant is still just ridiculous. One more land would be great for the Lolth. Okay. Spell Pierce would have been amazing there if we just got a blue source. We're flashing this guy in. So you just take out one of the aspirants, almost certainly. Give me blue, yes. Oh. Okay, we can start Raffining. We just win, no? Okay, no, okay. Interesting. Very nice interaction there. So cool to see somebody like at this level playing with this type of deck. Okay, let's hope to catch something nice here off of the Spell Pierce. Potentially another Asikas would be just amazing. I think oh, this is tough, man. This is a tough call. What is going on here? Starts to go infinite with this thing. Kind of. I mean, he still needs a way to untap the fountain, but that's still really nice. We just need to draw a way to get rid of the Sentinel. And that should just win us the game. Because of the flyer. He's actually considering. Four mana. 5 mana. Well, by tapping Jaspira, you've just essentially lost yourself the game unless you get the maximum. Oh wow, that could be a gold span even. It's crazy to like just find like this completely crazy, like never seen before deck at these levels. Is really cool. Unbelievable. Here comes Goldspan. Surely, I mean, makes sense or something. Okay, he's gonna exile Raffine. I get it back. But still, that's a problem. My lord. I think that just does it, I think. I mean, he can crew... Oh, got him. Crazy deck. Like, wow. Completely unexpected stuff. Like, nothing that I can be like, okay, that's definitely what's coming next type of thing. Really interesting brew. Also very tough to sideboard against because I don't really know what's cracking, but cheap stuff. Still plenty of just mono-colored things. I think the negates are still better than the... I guess we can get rid of one Spell Pierce, put in another Disdainful Stroke. They'll go on the draw. Oof. That's not great, but we'll keep it. White, black. White again. Shuffle is fine. Hashtag. He might have the Tamiyo's safekeeping. need another black source, please, for my freaking Meathook. He could still have the safekeeping off of the Jaspera. No. Oh, hell yeah. Whew. Brief sigh of relief. Holding up Negate for a potential a Seeker's Chariot is pretty nice. That'll do. Don't want that on the board for sure. Whatever shenanigans you had planned, my friend. Whiff. Come on, whiff. God. How many times does he get lucky with that shit? I wonder if there's a Wandering Emperor in this list. Therefore. Oh, we're about to find out. Nope. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Would be nice. I think we got him. Eight times 2 is 16. Beating on number 46 feels pretty damn nice, I do have to say so. Getting a little lucky there on the last game, but some crazy jank pile. Like, was not expecting anything like this at these high levels, but I guess it's been working for him or he wouldn't be there. Still, nice. Match 1 goes to Paulo Vitor Damaderosa's list. It's interesting, like I did mention this yesterday as well. These lists are so fine-tuned to the meta, the little micro meta that happens during these tournaments. And then when you actually take these lists for a spin on the the free-for-all ranked ladder, you'll come up against decks that no one that built these brews was expecting to face at the set championship. And so some of the sideboard options feel a little bit like, useless or what have you, but seemed to work fine there. Did not see a single copy of Kaito Shizuki. Yeah. Wandering Emperor did not hit the board a single time in any of those matches. Raffine didn't really do much. Like, honestly, it's the you know, the big boogeyman. It's 35% of the field at this event, and less exciting matchups than I was hoping for. And this disgusting Jeskai thing is just shredding with the Goldspan Dragon and Show of Confidence and that. It's just such a good deck. Okay, I'm gonna keep it in the hopes of drawing a third land. Yes, please. Jawari, let's get it out of your hand. I know you've got it. Just use it. Come on. Come on, really? It's probably the freaking Jeskai Storm deck. Oh god, here we go. This is the deck that I lost to in the Pizza Box Open a little less than a month ago. For sure it's that deck. Leer, Disciple of the Drowned. Okay, forget I said anything. Got screwed over. So Teamer something or another? Yeah, it's Teamer. Teamer Control maybe. Wow. Cool beans, man. Cool beans. Don't tell me you have another Negate, man. Top. Ooh. Scary. I didn't just want to be obvious and hold up the Emperor. It's a very obvious play at this point. Clearly gonna try and reanimate those or something. I mean, cool, like outliers, weird decks, stuff that you wouldn't expect to see every day. I'm all for it. People are starting to get a little bit experimenty in Upper Mythic. He must be guessing I have the Emperor up. Let's see if he decides to attack with the Galazeth. If you've got another Negate, I'm gonna lose my fucking shit, mate.
I've learned much during my travels. Let me show you. You're done. I've got new
He'll probably
use
crew the
to teach you.
Bankbuster with the Galazeth before it dies. Draw a card off the Bankbuster. Big old deluge. I get the sneaking suspicion he's hunting for a gold span. Nailed it.
Years of training for this.
Imagine he's got Negate. Fading Hope, no? Okay. Our Tenacious Underdog comes into play as a 4-3 because of the wedding festivity. And we'll start drawing us some cards, but we do have a haul here to contend with. And no Field of Ruins in the deck to deal with it. Which is always so strange to me in these top tier decks, like from the best player in the world, potentially one of the top players in the world, Paulo Vitor. No Field of Ruins, which I tend to try and put at least one or two of in the majority of the decks I play, but I guess now with these tri-lands and stuff, it becomes quite difficult to doesn't block with the hole. Okay, wanted to go for the big deluge. Let's see what we get. Yeah, thanks deck. We needed another land there. That was exactly what we needed. I think we can probably call this one. Yes, whatever, man. Just barely keeping us in the game here. Good game, my friend. Good game. Very nice. Alright, so this is a little easier to prepare myself. Using dragons to ramp into Titan. Right? Right? I mean, makes sense, no? This Fable of the Mirror Breakers, though. Counter magic time. Let's see. Yui. Oh my god, man. I am so sick of this bullshit. Like, what the hell is that? Jeez. Come on, mate. Yeah, well, we've got the underdog into Raffine play lined up nicely. Probably gonna get Fading Hope, though. I get the sneaking suspicion. Fading Hope on the underdog, for sure. Guaranteed. Maybe even just a Dragon's Fire. Not Fading Hope. Here comes Dragonfire. I should have held up the Negate. Oh my lord, I'm playing so badly. That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. What the hell, man? Just the worst kind of play. Old span. Crying out loud. There's the Negate. Just getting my ass handed to me right now. At least we can block the gold span with Raffine. And we have a turn before we can start copying the gold span with the reflection. You have got to be shitting me. How badly I played that game was quite pathetic. Complete load of rubbish. Vanishing Verse is the only way we win this right now.
Envy the strong. My power is for annihilation.
We're so screwed. We're so screwed. He starts copying Titans. We're dead. Cannot believe it. That was terrible. Just bunch of misplays. The Negate I should have held up there. Would have saved us from the Dragon's Fire on the Raffine. The first one, things would have gone completely differently. All right, good games. Again, this Esper deck, why is it the top deck in the format? I don't get it. Yeah, it's got some good planeswalkers and stuff, but I honestly don't like it at all. It's really not my type of thing. Those of you who've been following me long enough will know this by now. Maybe it's just because of that bias that I don't consider it to be very good. But it's also not just doing as well as people thought at the tournament either. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Also, Paulo Vitor's specific deck and choices, I'm not very loving. Of course, that teamer deck we just ran up against, like, I don't think he ever planned to go up against that. I think that the strategizing here was like, okay, look, the majority of my matches are going to be mirrors or against Naya Runes. We've got the good sideboard action for that, and you know, everything else can just be a bit of luck and my superior knowledge in the game. I'm kind of just paraphrasing what I think Paulo Vitor would have thought when coming up with this list. So yeah, some nice victories in match 1, but then getting our asses handed to us there in match number 2 through some terrible misplays on my behalf. Admittedly, could have gone another differently if I'd played a little better on that second match. But yeah, that's going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to please join the Discord community. It's starting to grow nicely. There's a link in the video description down below for you guys to go click on. It'll invite you straight to the Discord server. And I will see you all tomorrow with what I consider to be the spiciest brew from the tournament. I might end up picking, whoever wins tomorrow. I might end up just playing the winner's deck. Something like that. I still haven't decided, which kind of leaves it open-ended for me, which is nice. And you'll all have to tune in tomorrow to find out what we showcase. But until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.